30 all.
And a little glance at the umpire. Irritation, really, with the ball girl being rather slower than she might have been.
Not wide enough, that serve.
30-40.
Right into the hitting zone there of Federer. Only had to make one step and clock that forehand down the line.
So the first little crisis point for Henman. Very smart indeed. Took the pace off, kicked it wide.
Deuce.
Head height he had to play there.
That's first serve. Federer.
Well, that was a good half volley here from Henman. I mean, that was look at the speed he got on that backhand. So accurate. Henman guessed down the line but couldn't even get close to it.
Federer.
Beautiful tennis from Federer.
4 games all.
And really, the backhand has already proved what a dangerous weapon it is. Henman will have to think about changing sides just to keep him honest. But the forehand is his big shot. 4 games all, first set.
Fifteen love.
Good idea, just a bit too low.
30 love. Love. Touch. 40-15.
Well, Henman did well here. Good deep backhand volley. And again, not much room to aim to get past Federer there. He managed it.
Game Federer. Federer leads 5 games to 4, first set.
Well, Henman had the initiative at the start. It was taken from him by Federer. And once the second serve goes in, there is always the danger that Federer is going to make him pay dearly. Playing these days, John, without a coach, but the former coach, David Felgate, there he is in one of the radio boxes commentating on this match for 5 Live. And I'm sure we'll be having some interesting things to say. But you could say that the second serve again has been the key.
Well, both players have elected to stay back on the seconds at some stages, and for a while there Henman was getting the best. But in that last game when Henman got broken, Federer was really starting to handle the second serve. And there we go, points won on serve there, both of them
Time.
very low on the second serves. And that is going to be the key, it looks like.
Which means that getting the first ball in is absolutely crucial. And here are the figures. Henman considerably behind Federer.
Love. Love.
Well read.
Well, Henman's been burned by this shot
40 love.
a lot of times today, but that one, he read it. But still had to make a very difficult forehand to keep his racket out in front and keep that wrist firm. A lot of power on the Federer passing shot.
(40-15).
And you know, when you hear 14,000 people go together, terrible feeling.
Games all.
John, the interesting thing there was that he went a couple of times to the forehand side where Federer's been expecting the backhand, so surprise is a very important element of match play.
Well, the return of serve is such high quality that you have to do more with the serve than that. I mean, that just shows you if you don't get it wide enough, you get punished.
Well, Johnny Mack would be pleased. He's beginning to pump the crowd up.
Love 30. 15-30.
That's his biggest serve of the day. Well, 4 first serves in a row in this game. First 2 he got punished on, but the last 2 relatively easy points. Henman is desperate for a second serve on this point. Well, he tried this shot a couple of games previously. He knew Federer gets on top of the net, and he missed that one. He didn't get it high enough, but this one he hit absolutely perfectly. And the back of the ball, and look, Federer had committed himself. Break point.
Oh, just out over the baseline. My word, what a chance. A miss-hit return from a good serve. Heart in mouth there, Federer, as he watched it fall. Just out.
Well, that was incredible return to serve, because this one right into his body. Look at that, the off backhand. Another break point.
Henman leads 6-5, first sets.
And excitement all around the park for that wonderful break of serve. And one had to say that it was the returning quality of Henman that began to make an impression on the mind of Federer, whose last shot was a really rash forehand, about the first he's hit, a wild one.
You know, he really did try and belt that forehand on that, and that was a big point there for Federer. Obviously, break point down, and really didn't need to thump the ball that hard, and that was a little bit of inexperience, really, on such a crucial point. But all credit to Henman, which was 2 brilliant returns of serve to start the game, a forehand winner, then a backhand, and then that wonderful topspin lob. Once again, Henman showing a lot of variety. And there we go. There's a good supporter, young supporter. Now he's got to compose himself, Henman, and serve out this first set.
A mild case of henmania has been diagnosed. Not a life-threatening illness, this. But it can be a heart-stopping one at times. It is now, as Henman serves for the first set.
Love.
Well reached.
This could have been risky. Should have put that first one away.
30 love.
He's a good athlete, though. Got up well for that one.
30 love.
Three set points. There it is.
First set, henman, 7 games to 5.
Well, John, really very interesting 44 minutes there, because both men are having to do a little bit more in terms of variety and so on their serves, because the service return has been so dominant.
It has. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I thought the impressive part there was the way Henman, after losing, was up the break, lost it, but there was no sign of any sort of panic, or he kept to his task, made the break back with some wonderful returns. And he's playing a real all-round game at the moment. He's not afraid of the Federer return. He's obviously respecting it. And I think he's mixing it up well. And when he gets a chance, he has come into the net. And his volley has been superb today. And Federer has really belted a lot of balls right at him. And Henman's reactions, he's really kept his composure, I think, exceptionally well on his volley. And this is Federer's direction of serve here. And you can see there, one big thing is he's gone a lot out to the backhand side of Tim Henman on the ad side, which I think is a big mistake, because that's the Henman best side of the return of serve. No doubt about it, his backhand side, and he's going to Henman's strength in that side of the court.
Well, this crowd came here determined to enjoy themselves, and Henman has given them the reason. But he'll have to keep it up at this very high pace. Here is the second set, Federer.
Love 15.
Another one to the backhand.
Love 30. That
was a great pity there from Henman, because Federer stayed back. And Henman missed the return of serve.
all.
Just a slight miss-hit about that return.
That's the third forehand error in a row for Henman after being up love 30.
Game, Federer. First game, second set.
And just to quickly update you with the score on number one court, Agassi leads 4-3, but Nicolas Escude has had the trainer on court after this fall in the second set at 2-all. He's injured his left thigh. As I said, he's had the trainer on and continued to have treatment at every change of ends. So that is the situation over on number one court. Back to centre.
Well, they're not all supporting Henman today. Almost a Cliff Richard look-alike.
15.
I think this is about the hardest backhand in the game today in the men's side. I mean, the power, the wrist snap he gets on that backhand.
I have to put Gustavo Kuerten up there with it, I think.
All.
Extremely high quality of play so far. Well, this is encouraging. The serve percentage is creeping up. Remember, it was sort of 50-ish, now 63. That's very encouraging.
First serve. One game on.
Well, there's an old friend of ours, Bill Norris, the trainer. I wonder who has called him. Well played.
A good point here from both players. Henman did well to stay in that point. Federer just read that pass down the line.
That's love.
Shows he can do it on both sides. See the way he leans back a little bit there.
30-15.
Brushes up on the back of the ball. Perfect disguise and perfect length.
It 40-15. Federer. Federer leads 2-1. Second set, first set, Henman.
Well, that's interesting, John. The trainer, Bill Norris, is still in the corner there. He hasn't come on court, but I didn't see the umpire request anybody. I didn't see him on his phone. So perhaps he's just there in case.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, he's been treating, you know, Tim Henman. You know, his problems. He has had some problems with his back.
Yes, I asked him about that, and apparently, while Sampras was playing, he was watching, sitting in the locker room, sitting underneath the outlet from the air conditioning, and Bill reckoned that he got a stiff back rather because of that, which was a foolish thing to have done, really. But he probably didn't realise it was going to affect him. And he was sort of sitting back in his chair with his neck looking up, you know, his head back looking up at the screen with the air conditioning coming down. And that might have been the reason why he suffered a little that night, Monday night. But it was nothing wrong with the back. There's no structural damage, there's no muscle damage. Well, that's a wonderful place to be on a warm summer's day. No breaks. 1-2.
Love.
It's getting attacked by a bee there.
Yes, a little shake of the head by Federer, who I don't think now can pick which side Henman's going. Remember, he was getting into a bit of a groove on the backhand returns. Henman sensibly switching them backwards and forwards now.
Game, henman. New balls, please. 2 games all.
And Henman is playing with a welcome confidence today that was missing against the first stanza of his match against Martin. Warmer day. Remember, it was a bit overcast that night. And it was late. The balls were heavy. So a change of tennis balls. They'll fly through the air a bit more until the felt is roughed up a little.
Lock 15.
John, I think we've seen the difference between the natural volleyer, Henman, and the made volleyer, Federer, who is improving all the time in that area.
That was a shot that Henman hit so well. Half volley, and Federer there really came up on that ball, floated the ball long, and now he's in a lot of trouble here. Love 30.
Great tennis.
Well, Henman gives him a nod there. That's just too good.
30 all.
Ferocious forehands. This is his real weapon.
.30.
See, there is the difference between the man who's born to half volley and the man who's still learning it.
Advantage Federer.
And there's his quickest of the day, 126.
Game Federer. Federer leads 3 games to 2. Second set. First set, Henman.
We'll be back on centre, but over on number 1 court, Andre Agassi here serving at set point in the second set against Nicholas Escude. And he wins it 6 games to 3 to level the match at 1 set all. Well, that happened a few moments ago, and they're in the opening game there of the third set. That's over on court 1. Back we go to centre.
And John, what about the direction of the henman serve? He's really now making him guess, isn't he?
Yes, in the early stages he was serving a lot to the Federer backhand. He's getting in trouble on it now. You can see how much he's changed it up on that the forehand court there. He's gone out to the forehand.
Time.
And Federer is not getting a rhythm now because Henman is keeping him guessing the whole time, and that's what you have to do when you play against someone who returns so well. Don't give them the same serve twice. Keeping them guessing, and that's what he's doing.
There's something else that's just occurred to me. When other players see how well Federer has done here, he's beaten Sampras, and he's not really a grass court player before. He'd never won a match here before. It must make people like Kit and wonder why they didn't decide to enter.
Love 15.
And I'll add Korecha to that one.
$30-15.
Well, that was a good punch volley there in the depth. Federer had to just sort of flick it, like Agassi does that very well, but that one he couldn't quite get enough spin on the ball to keep it down.
40-15.
Well, here's an encouraging sign. It's been going up all the time. 68% now of first serves in. That's healthy. Well played.
Game Henman. Three games on.
Showing no ill effects for having had to complete the job yesterday. Federer, of course, had a day's rest yesterday.
Love. Dirty love. Love. Game Federer. Federer leads 4-3. Second set, first set, Henman.
Well, Federer at the moment is also playing well on serve, making this a gripping contest. And as we see from the hoist, I think the folk on the hill are really enjoying themselves out there. Great vantage point. Well, they can see themselves, of course.
Yeah.
And the flags are being waved. What a festive atmosphere. And certainly I don't remember seeing the hill, which opened, of course, in '97 with the stage 1 of the long-term plan, when the new broadcast centre and the new #1 court appeared. Don't recall seeing it being as crowded as this year. Perhaps the weather has something to do with it.
Well, you can't get a seat in there. The last 3 days, that whole hill has been completely packed, as of course the centre court is.
Well, the snappers are all here. Get their pictures for your morning papers. No breaks yet in this second set.
Love.
Henman had a chance here to do a little bit more with a couple of those volleys, and you just can't give this man this much time.
Oh, that backhand. What a shot it is.
15-13.
To get that much power from that high up is unbelievable. Accelerates the wrist there. Out in front. Beautiful backhand.
please.
A little psychological thing going on here.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good body line. I think Harold Larwood would have been proud of that one, wouldn't he?
Well,
Thank you. Can you please check to make sure your phones are switched off now, please?
I've had that request about 4 times, but that was a very important serve for Henman. 15-30, the first real trouble he's had in this set, and he dealt with it very well. Again, a huge point.
40,
That was not that easy a volley, especially not to hit it that hard on such a big point, and the depth and power.
Game, henman. 4 games all.
And drawing level with his second ace today.
$15 love. Love.
No. He's doing the quick, asking up about the quick serve again, appealing to the umpire.
Black's second serve. $30-15.
Well, you had a couple of really crisp forehands. That's encouraging too.
$40-15.
Oh! Oh!
40-30. Game, Federer. Federer leads 5-4, second set. First set, henman.
And John, you know, when you consider how this young man has improved, and in fact has won more tournaments than anyone except more matches in tournaments, more than anyone except Hewitt. 43 against Hewitt's 51. He won his first title this year, and that was in Milan. And so he's an emerging talent, beginning to believe in himself on all surfaces, and what talent it is.
Oh, when you look at his game, and it's very adaptable. I mean, he can play on all surfaces. He's proved this now on grass, obviously, The clay courts, he's very comfortable. He can play indoors. Any surface, this man is a threat. And his composure, that's what I think has been so impressive in this tournament. I mean, against Sampras, we saw that going up against the champion and showed no nerves, didn't seem any. And here he is again, going up against Tim Henman, and the crowd 99% against him, and he's still handling very well and looks just totally composed.
So there they are, still enjoying themselves out on the hill. Still no breaks, 4-5.
Solid serve, gets up well there. Once he sees his ball floating, he closes quick. And that's the end of that.
Interesting, he's up to 70% now, first serves. His opponent on 71, so they're running neck and neck in that department.
It's the third one for Henman.
That's for serve.
Great reflexes again from Henman.
5 games all.
Seeing the ball so early today. So we're getting to the business end of the set, and the excitement is mounting.
Seen that today.
Love 15.
Federer serving volleying on the second serve, and Henman chipping and charging right after him. And Federer got a bit nervous there, saw Henman running in and pulled the volley wide.
Out. 15 all.
Yes, just a little. Just asking for confirmation from Wayne McKeown.
(30-15).
Well, the composure you were speaking of, absolutely necessary there. Seems to be unfazed by anything. So here's the most important point, certainly in this set.
40-30.
And what does he do? Cool as you like. His second ace.
Game Federer. Federer leads 6-5. Second set, first set.
John, when you look at young players, it's the mental qualities that really sort them out, isn't it?
Absolutely. You see so many players these days, and you watch them practice, and so many of them look so good out there, and you think, well, why are they not ranked higher? Basically, it comes down to the way they handle pressure. And this man is an example of how well he is handling pressure now, and that's what it all comes down to. It's only a few points in sets and matches that make the difference at this level, and when you have this type of mind, that's what gets you through these matches, the ability to hit winners under pressure, and that separates the top players from the ones that are ranked in the top 100, but not in the top 10.
Bill Knight there in the rather Texan hat, or is it Australian? Along with the supporters of Henman in the front row there, his wife and his parents. 78 in the shade at the moment. Steamy work for the players, considerably higher than that in the sun. What a point!
Well, that is the point of the day in this match so far. Unbelievable. What a drop volley that was. The lob was superb there, the whole point, and finished off with an exquisite drop volley.
.30-15. Left plus off. .40-15.
And for the first time, Henman has overtaken Federer in terms of first serves in, 71% against 70.
Game. Henman. Six games old. Second set tiebreak.
Well, I think in a match that's been as close as this, it's perfectly fitting that a tiebreak will decide this second set. There's been not a whisker between them.